And I guess why it's Vlogmas.
Good morning. Happy Vlogmas Day 10. Really, December's really zooming by. I am feeling better today. I was a little down in the dumps yesterday, but I'm feeling better. It's sunny. I got a little more sleep, so I am feeling better. So those of you who were wishing me better, I'm better. Twee mug. I discovered yesterday when I put away this morning when I put away the dishes that one of my mugs had not been present when I was sorting them, and so I still will have to stack a mug, but I always have a mug out, so maybe that's okay. Day 10. So yesterday's yarn was called Budgie Smuggler from Megan. Someone put, and I'm sorry I didn't write down your name. From Australia said Budgie Smuggler is a men's speedo bathing suit, and a budgie is a small bird. I'm quite sure, so I can just picture why they Budgie Smuggler. Oh dear. Anyway, made me laugh. So thank you for letting me know. And Megan, why didn't you tell me? I did notice when I was editing my Vlogmas that there was writing on the back of that tag, but it just said it was from a special Kiwi dyer that she got that yarn. She did not say what Budgie Smuggler meant. This is Opal. This is a nice color. That'll be beautiful in my blanket. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's not so close. I was gonna say I have an elf that's close to that, but not that close. So I could make an elf out of it. Opal, thank you. And found one of these bags on the floor, but she hadn't destroyed it. And this is Tosh Merino Light Morning Dove. 20 yards. So that's a pretty color. That's a very blue gray. I would call this blue. That's how blue it is. I think it's a blue and not a gray, but of course it goes towards gray. Thank you, ladies. So I have stuff that I have to do today because my cleaning people called and they're coming on Wednesday, not on Saturday. So I have to straighten up. Although the house is pretty, there are rooms they can't go in. Like the dining room is a disaster. They're not going to do anything in the dining room. They're not going to do anything in my room. But I have to straighten up the table. You know, something. It's a daily task. And other than that, not a ton to do, but I need to prep for the cleaners. But I have 3 packages that need to go in the mail in the next couple days, and I have lip balm to make, and I have more bath bombs to make, although I did order bath bomb molds because I realized that you need a big glob of that stuff to make a nice bath bomb. Did I tell you I took a second bath? I put 3 in. I have a big tub. I put 3 of my little bombs in, and that worked great. And my skin felt softer, and I wasn't sure why, because it doesn't have that much oil in it, but maybe the Epsom salts. Maybe the Epsom salts do that. What else is in there? Baking powder, citric acid, baking soda, citric acid, cornstarch. Would cornstarch make your skin feel softer? Maybe. Just make it slippery. I don't know. Anyway, so I have things to do, and I will take you along with me today, and I am not going to ramble quite so much in the beginning in case I actually do something, and then this won't be too long. Happy Vlogmas. was just sitting here getting ready to knit on my, it's a bright day today, getting ready to knit. I was working on the second one of these mitts. I've been throwing them in the washer to try to soften them up. They turned out, they're not exactly the same size, although, you know, it's stretchy. I can stretch them to the same size to turn it into a mitt. But I'm sitting here realizing that I don't want to knit these. And, I don't want to knit these. I'm going to put this one together, see what I think. I think I'm going to keep this one. I think I'm going to stop knitting on this one. And I think I'm going to work on my socks. I finished the heel on my sock that turned out really weird. Well, you'll see it on my podcast. But I'm going to finish them anyway. And I don't think I'm going to knit these mitts. I'm meeting friends for dinner on Wednesday night, and it's in New Jersey. That's where I used to work, and it's going with traffic at dinner time, so I have to leave early or else I won't get there. We used to not joke, but we used to say when we were trying to go visit the kids who are also that direction that we couldn't get there at 6 o'clock for dinner. It's just, there was no time you could leave our house and get there at 6. It's an hour away. If you left at 5, you got there at 6:30, quarter to 7 because of the traffic. And if you left at 4, you got there at 5:15 or 5:30. And if you left in between, you still didn't get there at 6. I mean, it was bad. Anyway, so I'm going to have to leave early. So I think I will just go and look for some things to put in my bath basket. I am making lip balm and bath bombs, so it will be partially handmade by me. And, but I don't think I want to knit these. Okay, I sat here and I just put my mitt together. I'm watching Jacqueline Salem's Brooklyn Knit Folks Vlogmas while I'm doing this. But I gotta say, I'm actually happier with it now that it's together. It just, I don't know why I didn't put it together earlier. I should have put it together earlier before I threw it in the washer. I mean, it's not perfect. But I think I'm gonna keep going. Maybe I won't even put that other piece of film in. Recording, video. Right, but hey, good morning. Say good morning. There she is, little Miss Rascal Dog. Always doing something, always doing something. Anyway, right, Pup? Are you a rascal dog? Yeah. Yeah. You are. I'm not even going to tell you what she did last night. I'm not ratting you out. I'm not going to. Dennis is making the house smell delicious. He has started on our Christmas Eve dinner. And he is making the glaze that will go on the short ribs. And it smells amazing. That's got carrots and onions and what else?
Leeks and garlic.
Leeks and garlic. And this is a bottle, an entire bottle of wine will go into this. This is his wine, which seems like a shame. I should have put somebody else's wine in. Oh well.
I have lots.
Okay, well that's true. He makes a lot of wine. So now this is going to simmer and reduce. You put water in it too?
Nope, this reduces to a syrup. And then when I put it in the pressure cooker, I'll add a little bit of water.
Okay. So it's a very long process to make this glaze, and it ends up, I don't know, quarts of stuff that reduce down to
Half cup.
a half a cup. We'll show you that. Because you may not believe me now.
The only thing she does that annoys other dogs is when she plays very rough with small dogs sometimes. And she likes to use her paws so she can like whap and they roll over. And
yeah.
so she has a couple of friends who we meet on walks who are small. Well, one friend on a walk and my daughter's dog, and they like her for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Cooper actually
the day and act literally split. There, laying on his back. I'm like, but yeah, I feel like they learned his clipped me. So Dennis is gonna have to take a picture of my back. I don't even know what it looks like. Well, back from the park. Pearl clipped me. For those of you who are not Americans or don't know anything about football, that is an illegal football move where somebody tackles you from the back around your knees and takes you out. And that's exactly what she did. She was chasing another dog, and the other dog just barely missed me, and she did not. And I went down flat. I'll put the video here. Dennis, I had Dennis show what I looked like. Nobody was videoing at the time, which is just as well. I wasn't hurt, except, as Dennis pointed out, for my dignity. So I just went down. Pearl is not the first dog of mine. Of course, then there have been dog cuddles from other dogs, so I'm going to have to wash this coat, I think. Ow! But everybody standing around was a dog person, so everybody else got it. So I'm drinking some soup Dennis made, some delicious butternut squash soup, and eating my lunch now, and then I am going to make lip balm. That's my plan. Okay, I just finished watching Leslie's Vlogmas from Not Quite Enough Yarn Vlogmas, and finished my lunch, which hit the spot. Dennis made me butternut squash soup. Yum. And now I am going to work on my lip balm. Well, his stuff is in the Instapot. The ingredients for lip balm are almond oil, which I also put in my bath bombs, cocoa butter, and beeswax. And she says some essential oil for flavoring or smell. I am not going to do that. I'm going to put vanilla. Dennis makes vanilla extract. And then I bought these little containers to put it into. And I also saved myself a David's tea container for my own. So let's see what happens. Since I'm using cocoa butter, they'll be pretty much chocolatey flavored. Cocoa butter is crazy. So I need a 1/4 cup. Now I don't know how I'm gonna tell 1/4 cup. So maybe I'll melt it first. And this is all made in a Pyrex thing and microwaved. So we'll see. There's a microwave right there. So the cocoa butter is not completely melted, but the recipe said be careful because your thing's going to get hot, and boy, it certainly did. But I guessed pretty well on the 1/4 cup. So I'm going to add the almond oil until melted. Not quite melted. I'll give it another 10 seconds. And then it's time to add the beeswax. Then I add the beeswax, and I add beeswax enough to make it 3/4 of a cup. So I want to get my cups ready. Here's my David's tea from my tea today. Get these. Drop the little thing. I guess you put that on top. So that's kind of cool. But they fall out. So I'm going to add the beeswax and see how that goes. So I made it, and it was, you're supposed to test it on your spoon to see if you like the consistency, and if you know, if it's too soft, then you put more beeswax. If it's too stiff, you put more oil. And I thought it was too stiff, but I ended up putting in more cocoa butter, which might have, and oil, which might have been a mistake, but I'm not sure because I'm kind of liking the way it turned out. So I'm gonna just call it lip gloss, lip balm, and proceed. Oops, too much in that one. Missed that one. Alright, I'm going to be making a mess. My guess is this is not going to be that easy to clean up. Just thought I'd mention that. So, doesn't take much. I'm going to be making a lot of lip balms. I hope you guys want lip balms in your gift packages. Can you run that hot water for me? So, lip balm. These all have to cool, obviously, and then they have to get cleaned up, and then, yeah, it worked. So these turned out pretty good. I did try to pick off the, there were little pieces of something, and I was picking them off, so I wrecked one, maybe two. But then I realized, oh, those are little pieces of vanilla from the vanilla, so I shouldn't even have taken them out. So those are all for me. The wrecked ones are for me. But if you find a little, if you end up with a lip balm and you find a little piece of something in it, it's a little piece of vanilla. So turns out these are really quite easy to make. It's actually more of a pain in the neck to clean up after than it is to make it. Cool. So I'm getting toward the end of the day. It's not quite dark. It's almost 5 o'clock. That's the end of my day. And then I sit here and I have to edit and whatever. I started feeling anxious about Christmas. I don't know. It's only the 10th, so I have time. I don't have to be quite so panicky. But I started to feel a little panicky. I waffled about whether I wanted to do those bath mitts or not, but I'm back on the bath mitt kick. And so I feel like I've got a little bit done. I'm also working on another elf, but the elves are also Christmas projects. This is his hat. Oh, it's so, there we go. This is the Budgie Smuggler. So that's going to be a cute hat on this guy. And because I've got elves going in the mail too for the granddaughters and such. So making elves is advancing my Christmas projects, and I am going to go back to working on the bath mitts. I'm only making 2, one for each package, so it's not like a huge deal. And I need to make more bath bombs. And I'm expecting the molds to come within the next 3 hours. They're supposed to be delivered by 8 tonight. So I might make some more of those tonight, depending on Dennis's sauce. I will take video of his sauce at the end whenever he's finished, so you can see what that sauce ends up looking like. It's an amazing sauce, but you can imagine if you're boiling a whole bottle of wine and tons of vegetables and beef stock and beef, grease and all kinds of stuff, and you're boiling it down to this tiny little amount. It's extremely intense and amazing. So he's getting organized for Christmas Eve. So I will wish you all a happy Vlogmas. I did not end up feeling sore or hurt from my being tackled by my dog, so no worries there. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.